Reset and three. Left.
You need a new sword, my lord. Give him a new one. Yeah.
Set it and forget it. We'll work it out later.
Don't break my sword, Jamie.
Reset and three, gentlemen. On guard. Fight! Oh! Hold!
Jamie, you escorted yourself out of your own leg.
We're not doing that as big condition.
Just link the cord.
All right. We knew we had the option, we just don't tend to do it. Reset. Reset three. Ready? Fight! Everyone do that.
Slightly lift my helmet.
Clay is the fight facilitator. If you need help finding Baron, he will help you.
My leg, my leg is strapped a little tighter on the side.
Come out and reset in the creed. I would advise on this, come up point, come up and check. Where you got him, check out from here. Ready? Fight! Point! We had a dagger strike with power up into the shoulder. He had nail over there.
I'm live streaming.
Oh, I think I've been walking in front of you. I'm sorry.
You and everybody else.
What?
It's all right.
I saw it, what I saw was between the halter and the helmet. There was all sorts of clumps of them.
Yeah, you can sit down right here.
I think everything everyone's told.
Glad y'all can make it out.
Thank you. Looking a little several hours away.
373.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of you may realize there's a lot of standing around in a deed of arms.
You gonna stay here?
Ready?
No, you're gonna go.
Fight!
Point of contact.
Points of contact, point, well.
All right, corner, horse down. Will. Wow.
I think that's reasonable.
1, 2, 3.
All right, we got that clear. Three is a good number for everybody. Your sword, right here. We have it here. You gonna do dagger or you wanna go sword?
Somebody arm Jamie.
Gentlemen, Sandy, ready? On guard, fight! Oh, that came! It's not victory point.
Good set. Good set.
Good set, thank you. Point Jamie, we are tied. Back to your gate. On guard, fight! Do it, Captain!
Good fight, guys. North Squire inquiring for Jamie. Help him get his helmet out of the way. He's tired.
So for those who don't know, a deed of arms is basically a challenge format. And so here you have two sides, you have two teams, the French and the English. And one side, a member of one side, one team will challenge the other side. There are various victory conditions. One of them is throwing your opponent to the ground. Another is, of course, stabbing them in a vulnerable place on their body, i.e. a place not protected by appropriate armor. For example, some of them are just wearing sort of modern Lycra tights, actually, which means the backs of their legs are not at all protected and are completely exposed. Also, the usual killing blows count if you're using great weapons such as axes.
I have a match He's okay with your weapon. He stands satisfied.
The challenge format, unfortunately, means that it's a slow and grueling process where it shouldn't be.
Yeah, so he can still use that. Say again?
So our next two combatants, our next two knights, shall be engaging in spear combat. I personally love a good spear match.
All right, gentlemen, how many rounds do you want to do? Three. Well, we're doing three. We're just going to stick with three.
Yeah, the marshals definitely have to be almost as armed as the knights are.
Three. We're just going to do
although one of them is taking his life in his hands by not being so.
Make your salutes. On guard. Alley!
We've had a lot of spear breaks this weekend, so this will be interesting.
Double.
Point Raven.
Gentlemen, on guard. Fight.
Mr. Llewellyn, where did you set up? Oh, you have it. Well, if
I
you...
just staged everything
All right.
in the dining.
Well, if you wanted to grab an instrument and sit in this corner, I'm actually live streaming. I'm confident my audience would love to listen to your tootling.
Guard. Fight.
It's also a shady spot, which is... Yes.
Here's our pointy weapon. What a great idea.
Wow. So he was aiming, they're aiming for each other's feet because neither of them have sabbatons, which means their feet are points of vulnerability. It ends up being a little silly.
Victory Raven. We'll get your spear. You got it. We'll get it over to you.
Yep, point for disarm.
Is that us, Josh? All right, 3 rounds. We're doing the center throw. Begin. Ready to cut or throw, guys. All right, engage, gentlemen. Port slots are in play. Make your salutes. On guard. Alley!
Well, unfortunately, the ladies here are mostly in the kitchen cooking. There are a few scattered about, but we had a last-minute change of plans today. We were supposed to go up to the, what I call the H.P. Lovecraft Castle for the deed of arms, but unfortunately there was construction in the parking lot that tore it up, so it was not really accessible, so we had to have it down here. So there was no real seating provided for a ladies' gallery as such, sadly.
Point! Halt! On guard. Fight!
Josh, disarm. Point Ryan.
Point Ryan.
Over here.
Another point for disarm.
Victory for Ryan.
All right. We have Austin versus Caleb.
Gentlemen, set or throw. All right.
That is not the most delightful helmet I've ever seen in my life.
It's got character.
Oh boy, does it have character.
Salute.
was just observing that this is not the most delightful helmet I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah.
And my Lord Nathan rightfully responded that it has character.
I think there's a later death.
It looks like it's sitting to. It was not really that long. Head that high.
No, it's supposed to come up to just below eye level.
He had pointed
So you
before he
just-
fell.
I know, but there's so much above that. Right? It is a fascinating contraption.
Gentlemen on guard. Fight. Point. Fight. Right down flag. Or shot right flag.
In fairness, the ladies volunteered to do the kitchen. It's not that they were relegated there. There are some ladies out here on the list, although it would be hard to tell because everyone looks the same in armor. But we've had some last-minute reduction in manpower in the kitchen, so we need all hands there to make up for the difference. So there are a few ladies scattered about, but the majority are in the kitchen because they're not combatants. And today the focus is on the deed of arms. Apparently we have a lot of children. I don't know where they came from. You are welcome to start feedling at any time. My audience is excited to hear you.
Gentlemen on guard. Fight. At that point,
He called the pommel. That's a good pommel.
hold the pommel. That was out of play for this round.
Sitting this
You have the
morning,
right to
Cass,
acknowledge it, though.
playing a tune from the Prudy Book.
All right. Check your Caleb. Will somebody go to my
Most
cage?
of them about Christmas, but one that isn't.
Somebody go to my armor tub and get him a pair of socks.
Carol Conway.
I've got the most carols for dances.
I have a pair of socks for you that we worked.
And it became a musical.
Challenger.
that knight got a dagger through his male aventail, actually, because there was no plate under there. And those daggers are literally designed to penetrate mail.
Set, throw, or do you want more slots?
I'm fine with throwing. I'm fine with more throwing.
All right, follow the thing. Full tilt. Go to your gate. Take your slates.
Death blow. I forget what that is in the official, what that actually is. Oh, is that the throwing? Interesting. So for those who have never watched a feat of arms like this before, it's armor as worn. So that means that, the amount of armor you wear and where you protect actually will count in your favor in these engagements. The people with the most plate are the hardest to actually triumph over.
Guard. Fight.
I love that team, by the way. That was fantastic. Music gets so boring in the Renaissance. It becomes so symmetrical and so regulated. And then you have the Baroque era, and I love Baroque music, don't mistake me, but it's all very four. It's
like Renaissance music, and I think there's good innovations there too. But yes, it doesn't have the level of improvisation that medieval music does.
Well, there's also a symmetry that becomes very, very popular. I mean, it applies to everything. It's not just music,
but,
right?
So if I end with a if I end that little riff at the end, you know that's a 15th century piece because it got used over. So there are some patterns there.
Well, yes, but so it's reflected in the dance as well. So, by the end of the 16th century, if you do something on the left, you're going to do the same thing on the right.
Okay.
And if you do the pattern here, you're going to do the pattern here. Same all across all of it. That way. And the music is, this is where you start getting the verses and chorus style of music, which pretty much takes over.
Although, like I said, those 15th century carols, let's find one of the definition of it is chorus first,
Right.
and then chorus after the first.
But just by the 15th century, you started losing the open ends.
Right. Yeah, the unchained melody on the side, which is definitely the style of the 15th century. Because those carols are from 1420.
Guard. Fight. Point, Mike. On guard. Fight.
Hold.
On guard. Fight.
Huckleberry, Brian.
Oh, yes.
Placement weapon.
Placement weapon.
So despite how unsafe this may look, we're very keen on safety, so the marshals always keep their eye open for the need to replace tips on swords and spears and whatnot. We've had our share of close calls. We would care to not repeat them.
On guard. Nope.
No, not satisfactory. That was a mild petting with Tom.
A mild petting with the pommel. Official call from the marshal, a mild petting with the pommel. Shall forever remember that kind of phrase.
Alright, gentlemen, are we going to set it We need one fight for Scott on the other side.
Who would accept the challenge from Scott?
Set with Mordschlag. Kevin, set with Mordschlag. Salute. On guard. Alley.
What's going on right here is you see how they grabbed
On
the
guard.
blade and hammered it?
Fight. We are tied in the front of 1-1. On guard. Fight.
Point!
Victory, Brian.
Colin, do you have it fun?
Let me get this man a spear.
And I'll fight. That like this here right there would be best.
Oh, no point. Okay, each
Any weapon. So.
Much as I don't want to be thrown, I still do throw. All right, gentlemen, make your salute. Go to your gate. Back up a little bit. Go! On guard. Fight!
Point!
Point! Point shot. On guard. Fight!
Point!
Point! Pull that spear. Get in the tip. Thank you. Oh. Use a rubber tip? Yeah. Somebody got a rubber one? I have one over. Hexagonal. I'm horrible with things. Thank you. My apologies. Life happens.
If we could have secured some duct tape.
Get a tip on that. All right, gentlemen, last round.
So for those who are just joining, we were supposed to be having this up in a castle that looks like it was designed by H.P. Lovecraft.
Fight!
Castle ruin, really, but we weren't able to do that because of construction. So the situation down here is a bit more improvised than it would otherwise be.
Victory Scott. You fight the tailor. All right. All right, what are your terms? Throw, set, more slugs. Throws, no more slugs. Good. All right, back to you.
Oh, that makes sense. That's definitely a death blow.
Fight!
It's whenever you take it by the blade and then
That makes sense.
Well done.
So that is in fact one of our lady knights for those who are watching. Sir Kaelin.
Good.
Stand up real quick. You're good. Just a roll of electric.
All right, are we ready? Guard. Fight!
There's a one pull right there, ready behind you. That was Scott. I got it. I used my breath.
Point!
And being driven out of the list field is also a victory condition. And yes, I am wearing the new PNLA. They're fantastic.
Hey. They had more slots to play. No, they didn't have pro, they had more slots.
So for those who've heard the word Mordschlag, this is German for death blow, and that's where you take the blade by its tip and use the hilt and the crossguard as the attacking edge, the attacking end. Oh, yeah, it's lovely that the notifications are so timely. And of course, don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you're enjoying this.
I know college wanted to put something together.
This is a medieval deed of arms. These are knights in what was called in the 15th century harness, what you might call a suit of armor, and they are engaging in combat using 15th century fighting techniques reconstructed from 15th century fighting manuals. And basically the format is two teams, the French and the English, and members from each team challenge each other to specific forms of combat. The weapons are metal, they are not sharp, however, and they have various kinds of padding to make the various tips and edges less than deadly.
I look at him, he's like ready to go.
On guard. Alley. Point. Point on. On guard. Fight.
Well, thank you, CG Mel.
You're missing a grave, good sir.
We think it's super cool as well. My entire channel is filled with content of a 15th century medieval living history nature if you're interested.
Application, but I bet a strap is broken. All right. One short three.
We've had what is affectionately referred to as armor failure, wherein a strap breaks or a buckle gives or some such. Happens often. In this case, the lady of the house is providing the re-armoring services, which certainly was not a very medieval cut practice, but is very modern. Very common these days. And they're fighting with what are called pole axes, but these definitely are not anything as deadly as the original ones were. They have been designed to not kill your opponent. one doesn't wish to break one's toys after all. Well, I suppose there are some sociopaths who do, but we're not they. Good night, handsome. Sleep well.
Feels okay? Is it good? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, come on, bud.
Can you all hear the music by any chance?
All right. Thank you, Dave.
Just in time for you to stop. No, rest your fingers, sir. Thank goodness for harness. Because otherwise those stones would be very unforgiving to human flesh. Are we being traded to Austin's Braves? What's happening?
If anybody needs arming point, we have some wax cord here. Gentlemen, how far are we taking it? I think we're going with that. Visor.
This particular deed of arms is in Turner Falls, Oklahoma, but they are not only a phenomenon all over the United States, they're all over Europe and other parts of the world as well, including Thailand, for instance. Finish him. Fantastic.
Point!
Point! That's actually strike. From Ryan. From Raven.
Great. That should get two. All right, on guard. Fight!
As a point of order, poleaxe fights are my favorite. Maximum violence.
Point! That was masterly. Point Raven.
It also leads to the most dancing on the field, which I find extremely appealing. I shall have to remind Raven later on of his dancing upon the deed. Oh goodness, was that your beverage? For those just joining, armor in these deeds is armor as worn, which means what you wear counts for for protection. The less you wear, the more vulnerable you are to other people's weapons. The more you wear, the less vulnerable you are.
Alright, gentlemen, make your point. Guard. Fight.
Hold point. Thrust to visor.
So they bound up, and with spears, that's very messy, or well, poleaxes, I suppose they have. And one of the two combatants pulled out a dagger and managed to land it straight into his opponent's eye slit, which is definitely a fatal fatal,
Fight!
that will most likely have a fatal outcome, and therefore counts as a victory condition. Did they throw each other in the
Jamie!
ground? No, I guess not. Also, being thrown upon the ground counts as a victory condition, not for the person who was thrown.
There's a small one right there. One was being used like
Damn you, Earth, stop spinning. It's much better if the sun just stays in one spot. One spot alone.
It comes as a surprise, but that doesn't happen all day.
On guard! Fight!
damn grass.
I think it's not quite fair if one has modern shoes and the other doesn't.
Jamie, Squire, help him.
So for those who don't know, medieval shoes actually don't have any kind of modern grip on them. They're called turn shoes, and they actually require you to move differently and do things differently than if you have modern soles, which give you an extreme amount of grip. So in that batch, they were actually mismatched because one of them had combat boots and the other had medieval shoes.
We've all been slipping a couple times this event with these shoes. Are just leather on the bottom. So if you have like a 10-degree incline and it's grassy, you can slip off like he did. So.
Ooh, and yours have nails in them. I am so sorry.
They don't poke me at all.
They,
So.
they will someday.
And that day, well, I'll
Yeah.
retire them.
Yeah. I know because my
That
first
happened?
pair was nailed.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, back to the gates.
Danny, let's get ready.
On guard! Away!
Here, hold these. Yeah, that's.
Child, how you doing? Is he looking sunburned?
Point!
It's getting a little red.
Yeah, you're all out in the sun, little boy. Do you need more coffee?
On guard! Fight!
There's not enough room for your new rush. You got to hold on to him.
Reset and creed! Fight!
So the format is that each night has the chance to issue 3 challenges to 3 different knights. We are now just getting into round 2, so the second round of challenges. We will shortly, and I don't know how shortly, at some point be taking a lunch break. And then we'll actually be dancing in the list where all the knights should hypothetically get out and dance with us. We'll see how that goes. Oh, thank you. That's my gown. That's me in the pretty gown. I'm the girl in the pretty gown. This is Turner Falls, Oklahoma. But these sorts of deeds of arms actually take place the world over.
No, that's all right. Get out your hands over your head.
I did not realize just how very sunburnt this spot is. they, for some reason, put the cart in the shade.
Fight.
Yeah. Where they put the cart ended up being.
I actually had the suggestion that next year they turn the cart around and that become the gallery.
Just thinking. Yeah, that would be great.
And that spot would be perfect because it is shady.
You could even just pull down the upper section. Put chairs behind the.
That's true if they're high enough.
Hey, Nations, you're going too far away, buddy.
I fear there has already been too many reimaginings of the day's proceedings to allow for that right now. Yep, medieval knights in America. That is correct.
Ignatius, you need a potty?
Ah. Grüß dich, Füße-Tiger.
Ignatius, do you need a potty? It's been a while since you last went, you sure?
Tessa, we can move this bench over if you want to. You don't have to get out of the shade as much.
Move.
So that way you can support your camera stand and all.
Oh,
or
oh.
if it's good there, it's fine with me.
I think.
Okay.
I do appreciate your consideration. I think it's fine. I also think the sun is going to continue
To chase you. Yeah. Well, hopefully, or I think we'll be done pretty shortly.
We will. I think so. We're going to be done with the first half, I believe, and then we have a
dance. Okay.
break. Ooh, sword and buckler. Nice. So these two knights are engaging in sword and buckler, which is actually a very challenging form. You have to be very adroit with your left hand to make that buckler count for anything.
Pleasure as always. Sorry for the delay. Blew both of my arm, all of my arm harness off my right arm. Hey. I guess so. I've been drinking, but I appreciate it. Always fun. First time I got to actually throw you though. You don't usually let that happen. Yeah, I got behind you, I'm like, oh. It's just like, you can keep going that way.
Kenny, sit arm. Don't have a dagger here. Do you? I do not. You don't have a sword? I do. You do have a sword.
He does have a sword, sorry.
My apologies. I didn't know whose sword that was.
Back into a hug.
Okay. Scott and Ryan
And
are
fight.
Oh,
On flight. On flight.
And then
Point.
The bench will either be here or down in the
it will
back.
be here. in the list. At least well, actually, we should confirm that with Sir Ryan because
Before I spend half an hour hauling
yeah,
stuff up here. Yeah.
we should confirm that. Who knows what the current plans are. But in any case, it shall just be Petite Rose and.
Yeah, that's probably what we're calling him. If he's been able to like really rear back on him, maybe well, kind of like.
Yeah. Throw, and do you want more claws? Sure. All right. That could be.
It's a very strange question to ask anyone. Would you like a death blow? Yes, please. I would love a death blow.
Not no real back. Proper from the first time. Step back. Okay. You want to make a salute. On guard. Douglas. Fight!
Put my hat back on.
Fight! Come on. One line. On guard. Fight!
Lower, Scott, lower.
What's going on?
It's falling out.
You have him at a disadvantage. This is on the ground. I'm on here somewhere.
It's upside down.
Apple glued completely on
Did his pommel just, his grip just come off?
Yeah. Probably got caught in the belt. More time on the hanger. Meet and greet. On guard. Fight. Where's Scott? Fine. I got another one. On guard. Fight.
That wasn't covered in mail. It's probably cheaper than
And that is what they call the Mortschlag.
Kaylin and Michael.
Time to throw. Throw. Set.
Five
Reset.
butt fight.
All right, make a salute. Guard. Fight. Point.
Hold.
Point Mike. On yard. Fight.
Hold. Disarm. Point Michael.
gates to start again. On guard, fight. Point! In the hip. Michael, victory, Michael. How are we doing on the second round?
All right. English, who's got 2 fights? I've done 2 fights.
I've had 2. Who needs
Final
to
of
fight?
these 2 fights?
Better than pass.
Your third? All right. And you fought 2 times? I fought twice. Ed, have you fought twice? He's fought twice.
My turn was for you, Brandon.
All right.
That was awesome. All right. We'll get someone lined up to table. Yep. All right. Well, your turn, gentlemen. Thank you. That's the make your salutes. On guard. Away. Point.
Fight. Point off.
Point off. Back to gate. Couple steps back, Austin.
I've got one lined up at that.
On guard. Fight.
I don't see anyone lined up like they're ready to go, so
Point. Austin. Oh, he's fierce here. Back to gate.
Steps back off. Good.
On guard. Fight. Point. Austin. Victory, Austin.
Something's happened. But yeah, Caleb's already got the fight.
All right. You get your third fight in early. Move over here. Get the second fight.
Do you need help, Austin? Can you take a seat? Yeah. Thank you. Need water or anything?
Then we go into that interview.
Okay. Do you have a cup somewhere?
No.
I'm afraid of my food.
I think that ship sailed at this event 2 days ago.
Nation, you need a potty, bud? I don't want you to have an accident. Let me know. Pee in the grass? Let me know.
Might taste the subtle flavors of Gatorade.
Even better.
I'm ready when you are, sir. Oh, we're breaking some lunch after this one. Oh, very well, very well. This one?
I had a good showing.
Is that your 33 fight? This one?
Yeah.
You like your breastplate?
Yeah, it worked. I'm not completely
Yeah.
right now.
Lighter than the Cortina, right?
Oh yeah.
That's not it?
Like, if it wasn't like piercing my collarbone right now, I wouldn't even notice it.
I already told you I could fix it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, one final fight. We'll go into that interview again.
Are they doing something this year? I think there's going to be a dance in Blissfield, Contessa, and I don't know who all else.
Everyone.
Everybody.
Get the hex head one.
And then a finger food luncheon.
Yeah.
Mm.
You need to go. Good though. Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt a little bad tripping Kaylin, but it was pretty good.
Dagger guard here, sword bent down.
Away.
Are you going to fight again?
I mean, that was my third. I don't know if I'm able to fight.
Oh, that was your third challenge already?
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to beat me.
Well then, it is to you, sir. Do you care to take on random challenges after luncheon? If not, then you may decide.
Random challenges, you say.
One never knows what mischief one may find after the official deed has ended.
I see.
Should you care to hold the tree for all takers, for instance, or hold the creek, maybe, the bridge. We have a bridge.
Yeah.
A deadly, deadly bridge.
So I could play the part of the troll under the bridge, I suppose.
The under bridge might be safer than on the bridge. My words are being captured for posterity.
The dagger's pretty cocked. You might give up on it. What happened? Keep going. Keep fighting.
If this were my list, this would not be allowed. This chatting, just fight. No one cares. It's not about the points.
Sit her up on the field with the march.
I definitely prefer fighting to satisfaction.
And fight.
His belt has become a chest support.
Woo!
Wow. That was a beautiful piece of judo. And I shall take your energy and transfer it.
There be your goblet.
Yes. So for those who don't know, at this event site, we have a bridge that is has proven challenging. So yes, maybe if you've seen any of the video or pictures of me on a bridge from this event, that's the bridge to which I refer.
Can you go check? You got 2 rounds. Can you check with Ryan about the interlude? Ryan, that's the interlude.
Let's go see about this interlude, eh? Well, everyone, we're going to take an interlude, so it's luncheon time. We will go live again once we actually start with the interlude dancing and the rest of the deed. So if you care to join in on that, please feel free to. But otherwise, thank you all for joining us today. And I guess, wait, when am I talking? I can look at you all. Yeah, so right, I don't know why I was talking at the back. There's nothing happening in the front. We're going to take a break. We're going to have an interlude. So I will stop streaming for now. I will reconnect though once luncheon is over and we actually have our interlude dancing and then the rest of the deed of arms. So thank you all so much for joining us today. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And once the live stream posts, if you have the desire to just leave a little emoji in the comments, that always helps with the algorithm. Yeah, I know it's ridiculous and I'm sorry that that's the ecosystem in which I must operate, but there it is. Thank you all until hopefully a little bit later. I think it'll probably be about half an hour when we'll probably resume activities. 15 minutes to half an hour. We'll see how it goes. Time has taken on a sort of intangible aspect here at the Compagnie du Chateau. Okay, everyone, until later. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, everyone. Oh, Tim, if you're still there, this is Turner Falls, Oklahoma, actually.